Fortnite's final update of Chapter 3 is here, and it's revealed the Fracture Live event, added a new vehicle, and introduced the Grapple Glider. This works just like the Jules Mythic, but can be found anywhere. Instead of previous versions like deploying an own glider or using Batman's cape, you can now use your own cosmetics. If you don't have time to look for a Grapple Glider, you could actually buy one from Bushranger, who is currently walking around at the Nobi cabin. But this isn't the only way to fly through the air, because Fortnite's new vehicle has everybody freaking out. You can now drop on the island and find the Octane from Rocket League. It works just like the car from the game, letting you pull off tricks, speed boosts, and even drive up walls. This was added to creative a few weeks ago, and everyone was begging to see it in Battle Royale, but we didn't think they'd actually do it. For something less colorful, the build up to the Fracture Live event is now underway, and if you load up Fortnite, the lobby is now completely black and surrounded by chrome. It's been spreading on the island too, with tilted towers now known as tainted towers. The chrome has stained the streets, and it'll probably continue to rise because the clock tower is now floating away. It's not the only POI in the move. We've seen the pirate ship collecting passengers all season, and they've even got an old IO blimp back in the sky. These ships are now at Sanctuary, preparing for the live event, which is shaping up to be the most destructive ever. But everyone is interested in the upcoming Chapter 3 finale event, which was officially announced by Epic this weekend. It is called Fracture, and will take place on December 3rd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This means we are 18 days away from Fortnite Chapter 4 and a brand new map in Battle Royale. This is the first time that a finale event has not been called the end, which is pretty interesting considering this is the closest we have ever been to losing the island. When you load into Fracture, the lobby animation will look like this, completely surrounding the lobby with chrome and abducting the players. There's also going to be a major focus on the 0 point, not just with like a literal focus button, but also a free back bling after you complete the event. This is called Zero Fragment, and it'll be given to everyone who attends Fracture for free. In the past, cosmetics have teased what actually happens in an event. Judging from this design, it looks like chrome will try to fuse with the 0 point. The description says, initiating zero fusion, finally revealing the grand plan of the Herald. After consuming the entire island, the last target will be the 0 point itself, causing a fracture. So if you're wondering how we'll get to the Chapter 4 map, well, Fortnite is going to add a storyline mode that we can play during downtime, which will probably explain everything. We'll likely have a lot of questions after the event ends, so let's hope this cryptic game mode has the answers. We don't know the name of it, but according to leakers, the discovery menu will have a mysterious design, so whatever that means. All I know is you should probably pay attention to Donald Mustard's account, especially if you remember these images from last year. We have never seen the 0 point in space like this, and it reminds me of the back bling, so maybe this was a teaser for Fracture all along. It's still a couple weeks away, which is going to be the most frustrating wait of all time, but luckily there is plenty of content to look forward to over the next few days. There are 3 upcoming bundles to get your hands on, starting with a free PlayStation Plus skin called Junwan. There are 2 starter packs for Save the World and BR featuring Colby and Mina Park. Pretty exciting bundles, but they have nothing on the lead Camille Skin, who was originally teased in a survey. Last month, Fortnite said that Remy will be joined by a member of his friend group, and Camille is here to fulfill that promise. While Remy has a demon variant, she could turn into a huge rat, so I'm sure some people either love this or absolutely hate it. With the World Cup starting this month, Fortnite is celebrating with a new soccer event that features 9 skins, a ripoff of the World Cup trophy, and a ridiculous amount of customization. These outfits can be completely tailored with custom hair, scarves, gloves, even the socks can be changed, which might make this one of the most customizable human skins in the entire game. So while you're saving up your V-Bucks, there's a free cosmetic that will only be available on Black Friday, so make sure you pay attention on how to get this. An upcoming pickaxe named Duelist Grace will be exclusive to the Epic Game Store between November 22nd and the 29th. If you play it on console, make sure to grab it on the Epic website next week, or you will miss the drop forever. Speaking of pickaxes, all Fortnite crew members are finally receiving the Photonic Legacy that was leaked months ago. Later tonight, it'll be given out, and if you're wondering what the big deal is, this pickaxe upgrades every month that you stay subscribed. It goes all the way to stage 6 and works just like the Crew Legacy back bling. If you're like me and prefer emotes over skins, you'll definitely want to hear about the unreleased Marshmallow emote, which has a hidden secret. It's called Toasty Roast, and it's synced to work with 2 people. But if you roast your marshmallows for too long, they light on fire and you'll have to replace them. And Skull Trooper owners are calling this the best update in years thanks to a much needed change. The eye glow that was plaguing the skin has finally been removed and turned into an edit style, allowing us to play as OG Skull Trooper for the first time in years. It's not the only thing getting removed with Chapter 4, because next season will officially vault Battle Lab forever. Thanks to the Battle Royale Island coming to creative, Battle Lab is now pointless, so say goodbye while you still can. And if you watched our last video that broke down everything we know about Creative 2.0, you're probably excited to see it in December. Well, there's huge news about the release date. As Tim Sweetie himself said, "Sorry folks, the team is working super hard, but UEFN has been delayed to late January 2023. Now luckily it's only an extra month of waiting, so we can pass the time by flying around in the Rocket League cars. And if you've been trying to get an Octane, there's a guaranteed way to find the new vehicle in every match. If you land at Chonker Speedway, there's an Octane with a 100% spawn rate, and I highly recommend driving these over a regular car because it uses less fuel. The best part is what happens when you look inside the Octane. The windows might be tinted in a normal game, but with a simple replay mode trick, you can see just how derpy this thing is. And it'll have to be our main vehicle for now, because planes and choppas are still nowhere to be seen despite months of teasers, even after appearing in trailers, getting their own runway POIs, and having unreleased challenges. Hopefully they're unvaulted in a content update next week, but if nothing happens, then we might not see them until Chapter 4. Speaking of the next update, Wild Weeks are back, starting with the Avian Ambush. Soon, the chickens will be taking over the island again, which explains the random POIs that have appeared around the map. It'll be followed by the traditional Bargain Bin week to close off the season, making everything 50% off before your bars reset. If you want to spend real money instead of gold, then this exclusive Fortnite Xbox might tempt you. On November 29th, the Gilded Hunter bundle will be released, and it features the Huntmaster Saber skin, 1,000 V-Bucks, and rewards for Rocket League and Fall Guys. Not as exciting as Fortnite's Secret crossover, which happened at FNCS this weekend. On the main stage, a new food mascot appeared, but it didn't look like the Durr Burger we're used to. In reality, this was Fortnite X Mr. Beast Burger. Probably the most unexpected crossover of the season, which is made even better when the tongue fell off and they tried to reattach it. Hopefully there is more to come from this. I would love to see an in-game crossover in the future. But a more mysterious theory has been uncovered, which involves the lead up to the live event and the possible return of Midas. A few weeks ago, a spray was decrypted which showed Midas's hand covered in chrome. But with today's update, the rabbit hole has gotten deeper as the Paradigm mentions something mind-blowing in the storyline quests. She tells us to ask Jones about the quote-unquote Loop Breaker project, and it's apparently super classified and nobody knows about it. So what could the Loop Breaker be? Well, before the 7 freed the 0 point, there was only one person who came close to destroying the loop, Midas. And who was the person that stopped his plan? Agent Jones. So after years of waiting, everything might finally be coming together. The most confusing part about all of this is that the event is codenamed Radish in the files, but this is actually part of a running gag that's been going on for like the past 5 live events. Epic names their files based on what they're eating at the time. We've seen kiwi, yogurt, fritter. They were literally having a buffet while working on the Rift Tour. Chapter 4 is only weeks away, so what's gonna happen? There are 5 huge leaks that are yet to be released, with Creative 2.0 confirmed for January. It's followed by a new cosmetic type that's called Apparel, which could let us customize the clothing of more skins, similar to the World Cup set. We're also waiting to see flying animals, which have been in the file since the start of this season. They are confirmed to be rideable, and with the release of the grapple glider, it seems closer than ever. To top it off, we're expecting first-person mode of motorcycles, which will change how we play Fortnite forever. They arrive at Chapter 4, it's gonna feel like an entirely new game. And that is everything you missed in the final update of Chapter 3. This has been Tommy. Keep it here on Top 5 Gaming.